Hey Pascal, obviously not the end to the season that you guys wanted, but like it's been just like a very strange, bizarre, very very long season for you guys. Can you just kind of reflect on everything that's kind of happened?
I mean, I think it was tough. I think we hang in there, we hung in there, trying to find ways and at the end of the day, like obviously, like I have to be better. Definitely a low moment for me, just learning experience, and just knowing that you gotta be ready. And you know, I wasn't able to really help my teammates and stuff. So yeah, I take a lot of the blame, man. I take a lot of the blame. Just continue to work. Like it's a work, it's a learning experience for me. Continue to learn. Get back to the drawing boards and come back better. And that's something that I've always been able to do as a player. So I got to just go back and figure it out. I think we had great chances. We hung in there trying to find ways to win the games that we played. Obviously, I felt like I didn't really give what was expected from me. And yeah, I definitely take a lot of that blame. And but I think as a team, we played well and we fought. Like that's something that we did. We always did it, all season. Um, Even when things weren't going well, we always fought until the end. And I'm proud of those guys. And I think everyone gave everything that they had. And like I said, obviously, like I got to be better.
You mentioned that you kind of take the blame for this loss. Did that have to do with like more pressure, perhaps, like this season? I know you've been in postseasons past, but was this postseason any different?
I mean, not really. I mean, I think obviously it wasn't like a normal season. Just having like the break and all that. At the end of the day, there's no excuses. We all pros, and you have to be ready. And I just I don't think it was anything pressure wise. I just feel like I wasn't at my best, and and when I'm at best, I'm at best. This team is unbelievable. So you got to be at your best at these times, and I felt like I wasn't.
Thanks a lot, Pascal, and then thanks for kind of putting up with us all season long.
Next, we'll go to Ryan Wallstedt from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Pascal. Obviously, the offseason, there's a lot of free agents on this team. How much have you thought about it all about, obviously it's a business and what's going to happen. Obviously, you've been with Fred your whole time and you're very close with him. Have you thought at all about potentially, this might have been the last hurrah with this group?
I really haven't thought about it, but obviously just knowing, that, it's a business and everything that's happening, you can't really, there's like, there's no way to kind of plan in your head or try to figure it out. I think we just go with the flow and obviously those guys that we have, believable, the love that I have for those guys. I mean, obviously Freddie, one of my best friends and all the guys, Mark, the Sir, great guys, great people that I've learned a lot from. And so, yeah, like hopefully, we kind of have the same people, but at the end of the day, like I don't really have no control over that. And we always brothers at the end of the day. And obviously, I love those guys.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to C-Rat from Yahoo Sports.
Hey, Pascal. How does it feel to feel responsible for this outcome?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, like it's part of being in this league and being at the level that I'm supposed to be at. Obviously, it's a learning experience, and like I said, a lot of people go through these moments, and I just feel like it's about responding. What response are you going to get from it? How are you going to take it? Are you going to take it as a learning experience, or are you just going to feel sorry for yourself? Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. And I come from a background of just always working hard and fighting my way through everything that was thrown at me. And I just feel like this is another step. It's another step for me. Came into the league, wasn't supposed to be here, but I fought my way here and I proved that I belong. And obviously, it's something that I have to continue to work on, continue to prove every single day. And like I said, it's another step for me. something that I'm gonna go back and you know, obviously losing sucks. But it's an experience, and all the greats go through it, and you have to learn from it. If you want to be considered one of the best players, you know, you have to be able to rise from these moments, and that's something that, you know, I plan to do.
Does it give you a little bit more confidence to think about your journey, where you came from?
I mean, like I said, obviously I come from, you know, like I said, I wasn't supposed to be here, you know, and a lot of people didn't see me here, and I proved a lot of people wrong. Obviously, didn't play the way that I expected to play, but I always have, you know, those high expectations for myself. Like, I don't really, like, it doesn't like really matter what other people think. To me, like, I have these expectations for myself because I always saw myself as somebody that could be, you know, a really good player in this league, and I worked hard. You know, I worked hard every single day. I worked hard every single day, and I put myself in these situations, and you have to continue to learn. Like, you have to continue to learn, and like I said, that's something that, you know, I take you know, my chin up, move forward, continue to work hard, go back and watch it, find ways to be better, and you know, and learn from it. That's all I can do. And obviously, there's a lot more years in this league, and I feel like, you know, I can only go up from here.
Thanks, Pascal. Have a safe home.
Next, we'll go to Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Pascal. Every time your name got mentioned or your struggles got mentioned on these Zoom calls, your teammates and your coaches came to your defense. What was it like behind the scenes, that support for you?
It's unbelievable, man. Those guys, they have my back, and you know, from everyone in the organization, you know, they always support me, and for me, like I said, it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey, and it's something that years down the line I'm gonna look at, and you know, and I'm just gonna be like, man, like, look where you came. You know, look how far you came, and look what you did, and so it's unbelievable to have that type of support. You know, it just means a lot, and I really appreciate it, for sure.
Got it. Thanks, Pascal.
Next, we'll go to Bruce Arthur from the Toronto Star.
Pascal, this is such a tough end to what has been a really marvelous season for you. When you look back at the whole thing, the beginning and the end, what are you proud of, and what do you maybe regret about how it ended?
Obviously, you want to be able to, you know, get there to the end. Like, that was always the goal for us, and obviously disappointing. And for me personally, you know, it's just, I think I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot. I went through a lot. And like I said, it wasn't normal circumstances, and I tried to fight my way through it. I just didn't have it. You know, I didn't play well. I didn't really, you know, help my teammates as much as I could have. But, you know, one thing that I did is I gave it all out there. You know, I played hard. That's something I always want to do, and I have to live with the results. I have to live with the results, and that's something that, like I said, I've been talking about. It's just, you know, continue to learn, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be better from it.
When you look back at the pandemic and everything after, what was the most challenging part of it, the pandemic and the bubble, for you?
I think for me, maybe the most challenging part was, you know, that time where, you know, I didn't really have somewhere to go to work out at, and I was stuck in Canada. I couldn't travel to the U.S. Because of visa issues. But at the end of the day, you know, I did everything that I could. You know, being home, having all the stuff to stay in shape. But you know, obviously, like, I think I gave it all out there, and I live with the results. Like, man, like I work so hard that, you know, at the end of the day, like, I'm just gonna always put it all out there, and whatever result come out of it, you know, I have to take it. If it's good, you know, everything's good. But if it's not good, it's just continue to learn.
Do you think not touching the ball as much as you wanted in the pandemic, is that what led to maybe this series and today in the playoffs?
I mean, I can't say. I think I was here. There's no excuse. And when you're out there on the floor, you have to perform at your highest. And obviously, you know, I didn't do that most of the playoffs. So it's on me.
Thank you, Pascal. Safe travels home.
The last question in English will go to John Scott from TNT, who I think is there in person. Go ahead, John.
So much has happened since being here in the NBA bubble. So as the journey comes to an end, we're just asking players to give us their last words to recap the NBA bubble experience.
I mean, obviously, being safe, obviously, that's the first thing, and being healthy. And I know a lot of people are going through a lot right now, and just keeping them in our prayers, and the league did a fantastic job to, have this thing working and having people play basketball and having people enjoy basketball. It's definitely one experience, of a lifetime, and something that we never thought would happen. Amazing job by the NBA, and continue. Hopefully, just continue to work today.
Next, we will go to Raphael from Radio Canada.
Bonsoir Pascal. Tu as beaucoup parlé depuis ton entrée dans la NBA de ce humble hustle. Est-ce que ce soir, ce revers-là, ces difficultés-là en série te mettent un peu la claque au visage qui te permettra d'élever ton jeu d'un cran et de devenir cette superstar la saison prochaine?
Ouais, je pense que pour moi, c'est vraiment un moment d'apprentissage et bien sûr, c'était dur. J'ai pas joué comme je voulais et bien sûr, c'est ce que j'ai fait toute ma carrière. J'ai toujours su travailler dur et quand les moments difficiles frappent à ma porte, j'ai toujours pu trouver une solution. Donc maintenant, c'est retour à la base. Travailler dur, continuer à travailler et revenir meilleur.
Et un suivi. Pendant la reprise de la NBA, est-ce que ces critiques que font notamment les partisans, ce ne sont que les journalistes qui te les ont relayés ou tu étais toi-même en mesure de les constater tant sur les médias sociaux qu'ailleurs?
Ouais.
Est-ce que tu étais en mesure de prendre connaissance des critiques à ton égard autrement que par le biais des journalistes pendant les points de presse durant la reprise?
Non. Je ne suis pas en contact avec les réseaux sociaux. Donc, et à la fin de la journée, moi ça, c'est pas quelque chose que je me focalise sur. Je sais ce que j'ai fait pour arriver à ce niveau-ci. Et bien sûr, quand tu travailles des périodes difficiles, tu auras des critiques. Moi, je suis ma plus grande critique. Donc, à la fin de la journée, toutes les critiques, vraiment, peu importe. Parce que moi-même, je me fais ces critiques-là à moi-même. Et à la fin, c'est juste de continuer à travailler. Et comme beaucoup de gens n'ont pas cru en moi quand je suis arrivé à ce niveau-ci, c'est la même chose. Donc, c'est normal. Donc, je vais juste travailler dur et pour moi, je ne m'occupe pas de ce que les gens disent.
Thanks, Raphael. Last question will go to Antoine from Canal Plus.
Bonjour Pascal. Est-ce que, forcément, on ne souhaite jamais que ça n'arrive, mais est-ce que tu t'étais préparé éventuellement à ce que dans ta carrière, à un moment, ce genre de série te tombe un petit peu dessus?
Mais bon, tu ne te prépares pas à ça parce qu'à la fin, tu travailles dur. Quand tu travailles dur, tu espères des résultats. Mais tu comprends que c'est le basket. Donc, il y a des moments où tu seras au plus haut niveau. Il y a des moments où tu seras au bas niveau. Donc, je considère ça comme un moment d'échec pour ma carrière ou un moment de bas niveau. Mais je pense que tout le monde passe par là et je vais continuer à travailler dur. Rester la tête haute et bien sûr revenir meilleur.
Merci Pascal.
Thanks very much, Pascal.